Shalom and welcome to Torah Insights. This week's reading from the Torah is parashas Beshalach. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all the night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground. And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Exodus chapter 14, verses 21 through 22. If they came into the sea, why does the Torah write, they came unto dry land? If they came unto dry land, why does the Torah call it sea? Shemot Rabbah 21:10. The verse teaches that the sea was not split for them until they had set foot in it, while it was still sea up to the level of the nostrils, to demonstrate their faith. Immediately after they had done this, the sea was converted to dry land. Rabbeinu Bachya on Exodus chapter 14, verse 22. The nature of faith is not only an abstract quality of belief per se in something that is unseen. True emunah is to actually believe in what one cannot see, beyond speculation, as if it exists in actuality, and has an influence in a person's life. Therefore, while many people confess a belief in God only in tandem to the day-to-day challenges, does that belief become more of an actuality? Belief in God is more than an intellectual exercise in speculation in order to compel us to have a reference point, usually somewhere in heaven, to direct our prayers towards in times of need. The nature of faith denotes an interface between a person's belief system and practice, not as something removed from a person's life, compartmentalized in a region of the mind wherein a disconnect exists within the framework of that person's practical existence. At the sea of reeds, the Almighty's presence within the pillar of fire and the pillar of cloud were manifestations of his actual existence. Additionally, the splitting of the sea served as a sign of his power not only to the children of Israel, also to the rest of the world at that time. Yet the proofs of the existence of God, the manifestation of his presence, and the signs of his interaction in this world are not as easily found in our own lives, surroundings, or greater environmental milieu. Instead, emunah, faith, specifically requires a profound degree of awareness. The Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. This is my God, and I will glorify him, my Father's God, and I will exalt him. Exodus chapter 15, verse 2. The Midrash states that even a lonely handmaid saw more at the sea of reeds than the prophet Ezekiel saw in his visions. See Ezekiel chapter 1. In other words, the handmaid was able to perceive more in regard to Hashem because of her actual experience where God's intervention was clear. The Midrash emphasizes the importance of seeing God's direct interaction in our lives. This type of interaction is referred to as hashgacha parashas, God's guidance over the life of every individual on earth, even on a personal level. Once we begin to open our eyes to this truth, then our belief will take root in our soul. Shabbat Shalom.